is what I want y'all to do for me. This is what I want y'all to do for me. This is what I want y'all to do for me. This is what I want y'all to do for me. This is what I want y'all to do for me. This is what I want y'all to do for me. This is what I want y'all to do for me. This is what I want y'all to do.
Finally coming to you live, drama queen on the rise, on time. Here we go, step back and let me flow. Count my blessings, that's real. Motivation is skill. Podcast, social media, YouTube. I hope a meal's giving everybody cold like I got the chills. So trips across the world, no stress, just to chill. Laid back, feet up, grinding 24 with no sleep. I'm Lady Luscious and I'm here all week. Hey, so tune in, tune in, tune in, tune in, tune in, tune in, tune in with me. So tune in with me. So tune in with me. Tune in, tune in, tune in. Hey. Drama Queen Radio and Podcast is not intended to make anyone feel uncomfortable. These are simply real life experiences. Some may be true and some may just be allegations. Whether it's true with proven facts or just allegations, you should listen and bring your opinions with you.
When I first found out, being a husband, I was in shock. Couldn't believe that somebody was going through that live in front of us. But then I found out she was scammed Asia and was just hustling money from us. And I felt betrayed and backstabbed. And at the end of the day, like someone said, whatever happens in the dark will come to light. And it looks like it's coming to light.
What is up, everyone? How's everybody doing? This is your girl, Drama Queen Luscious, and I am back with a podcast. Thank you. I have been away for some time, just trying to really process things that's been going on in my life, just trying to get myself back together, trying to stay a real strong individual, just trying to separate the real from the fake from the real. And I think that is something that us as women have to do on a nice 90-day balance. I think 90 days will be a good balance to just kind of go and see, check in with people just to make sure that everybody we still solid. I have been going through a massive change in my life, and I'm actually gonna just drag it out. I'm not gonna give y'all everything right now, but today we're gonna talk about something that's been heavy on my mind, something that had got done to not only me being a victim, but to many other people, probably maybe 20 other people. And we're not just going to talk about them people individually and how they felt. We're going to actually just talk about everybody as a whole. So as you see that this podcast is a scam likely. And for those who do know me, they do know that I have been through getting scammed back in the day. I have been scammed a few times in my life. Not because I haven't did my homework or I haven't really understood what scamming was. It was just really because I've chose the wrong people to be around. And the things that they were doing, I kind of just, really, I guess I was just naive, You know how you just have that moment where you're naive about things and it just didn't dawn on you that this stuff was happening right in front of your face. So I believe that anyone that have a genuine heart that has been scammed, don't let one rotten egg ruin everything for you. Just because you got scammed that one time, please don't make it about, oh, I'm never doing that again. Oh, you won't get me again, because it's just one of those things where if you have a kind heart, you will be blessed. I don't know how many, people on my podcast actually believe in that, but I believe in karma. Karma could be good or bad, right? So you always want to keep that good heart. You want to keep that faith, and you just, I'm not saying give your money out to the world or give everything out to just anybody, but when things are genuine, you feel me? So let's get into it. So I wanted to name this podcast Scam Deja. I really did. So what happened was it was a young woman by the name of Kendasia, and we were doing a work from home training, and this young lady actually got on. Jesus, I'm sorry, I'm just so overwhelmed right now with how this happened. So this young lady got on our training. Remind you, we are all on the WebEx. And WebEx is just basically kind of like a Zoom video. I know they have a little more different requirements and things, but all in all, we're on WebEx, and this young lady had to be around in her 20s. And she every day it would be something about her. It would be oh, this happened to me or this, and it just got to be one of those where it was like, okay, it almost to me was a cry wolf, but you know, drama queen, I sat there, I did sit there, and I had such an amazing trainer who was very sweet to everyone, very kind. Honestly, I do not know how my job would have been if this lady wasn't as kind as she was. I really think I would have been like going through hell, like if it wasn't for how kind this lady was. So shout out to her. So again, this girl, Kendasia, she would make up these like I can't even really call them like allegations. It's just she just would say things that was just like what? Like she told us that her brother had passed away, and she said that it was very hard losing him, which I understand. I'm not knocking no one, and please don't make it sound like I'm just careless right now, but she said that her brother passed away, and so she was just telling us about, I believe it was a car accident that the man was in and that he died a few months ago, yada yada yada. Then she told us, and this is just outright conversations that she'll just say in the chat, guys. Like this is just we're all learning things, and she'll just come out and, oh, my brother, this was just random, okay? And then after that, it will be things like, oh, the teacher would tell us like, hey, our trainer, excuse me, would tell us like, hey, we can't have our phones on camera. Here she goes with another, oh well, my grandmother is very sick, and I just feel like no one cares. And she actually talked about a young lady in our class who child is actually sick with a chronic disease that's a life or death threatening disease, and she brought her up and was like, but she can have her phone. And it was like, well, that's not the same situation. Like you can't compare your grandmother being sick to a mom who has to be in a household with her child, and her child can get hurt, very hurt, and dealing with this chronic disease that this child has is that she has to have her phone on her at all times, even if the child is at school, versus you and your grandmother. The grandmother is not even in the household, okay, is what I'm saying. So again, she kind of got mad about that situation, and she would just get all snappy or whatever. So our trainer told her if she sees it again, unfortunately, she's going to have to, go further with whatever, her consequences may be. That can be fired, that can be anything, be getting written up. I don't know. I never got that far, didn't get close to it. But so the situation after that was her losing her twins. She had stated that she lost two twin babies. I'm pretty sure it was like maybe at the beginning of this year, and or like last year. So she said that she lost these two twins, and of course everyone's heart just dropped for her, like, oh my god, like we're so sorry. So now I'm kind of in the back of my head is understanding maybe this is why she's acting out of character. Maybe she's still grieving, because she said that she was very far along and that the kids did not make it. I'm not really sure on how these kids did not make it, and my heart goes out to you, Candasia, for these kids, because I know that this part was true, because I actually looked on your TikTok and I saw that this part was true. I saw that your stomach was very big, and that it was, it could have been something that really was a life changing thing for you. So I do understand that if you are listening to this. However, you also stated that you were pregnant again with twins, and that you are at very high risk. This part I cannot make any I don't have any material to prove that this was an allegation or was this real. I'm not a doctor, I'm not your doctor, so I don't really know. So that was another thing. She said that the twins, she was actually pregnant. And then while we're on camera, guys, she stops everything she's doing. She turns off her camera, and my trainer asks her to turn it back on. She turns it back on, and she says, she calls my trainer's name, and we're like, yes, what's going on? And she says that the cops are at her door. And the cops just told her that her husband has got into a very fatal car accident. Um, she did say fatal. I did catch that part. But then when they said, well, is he okay? She said, I don't know. I'm getting ready to go to the scene, but I wanted to make sure that I was on here as well. Now look, y'all. I'm not stupid. I'm nothing's wrong with me, okay? Nothing is wrong with me. I actually pay attention a lot to details with people. Body language is number one. She started like shaking a little bit. Let me tell you something. Let me pause this real quick. If something happened to my husband while I'm on this live video, if something remotely happened to my husband, I'm on this live video, y'all not gonna see me again. Do you hear me? You're not gonna see me again. Like, do you hear me? I am going to contact my HR and I'm gonna let them know, like, hey, I'm on my way to whatever it is that I have to go to, whether it's a scene or a hospital, whatever. You're just not gonna see me telling y'all that this is what it is. So I'm just looking at her like, cause she talked about her husband a lot. She spoke highly about this man. So I'm just sitting here like, oh wow, like really? So she tells us that, that she has to, go, but she's like, I'm just gonna stay. And we're like, okay, go. Like, why would you like? And so me, being who I am, I'm typing to one of my coworkers. I'm like, B word on some bull, but I didn't send it. I ended up backspacing it because I'm like, you know, what if it is true? What if that is true? I'm gonna feel real salty, right? Had I would said that, I think the class would have had a different vibe towards what I was seeing. But again, I hold back because a lot of people in my life tell me I say too much or I do too much or sometimes you shouldn't do that or sometimes you should think before you do things. So I did. I held back. And really I should just say F word to them because I should have did it. You feel me? I think it wouldn't have been as bad as it ended. So anyways, continuing my story. Um so yeah, so she gets off of camera, she comes back. I think it was probably like maybe a day later or something like that. Everyone is sending her like, we're sorry. Meanwhile, she is over here texting other people in our group, telling them updates on her husband that he's still bleeding and this, that, and the third. And all of a sudden, she loses these twins, right? That she was pregnant with. She said something about she was under stress, she was under pressure, she was child. So she loses the twins, right? A couple of days later, I sent her, a condolences from her twins, and then we started talking about her husband. And she said that he's looking pretty good. Everything is going good with him. And I have a few screenshots that I will also provide you guys because we were TikTok friends. I never gave this lady my number. Something told me, I didn't. Okay, so Kendasia, I really didn't care for you. I didn't care for you. I felt sorry for you. But the way that you came off with your demeanor as a know it all and as a person that, you know, I didn't care for you, okay? And I'm sorry to put it out there, but I just didn't. I felt like you was on some bull, so whatever. So anyways, um so after that, I just kind of was like, okay, well, I sent her my condolences. She told me about her husband. Okay, whatever, solid, whatever. A couple days later, they tell me her husband has died. That I believe her husband has died in the hospital, and meanwhile, between while she's requesting money from people. Now, why I'm telling you guys this late in my story is because I didn't know this. I knew that my trainer had sent her maybe something, and but I didn't know anything about no money. So when she requested money from me, saying that she didn't have no gas to get up to the hospital, in my head, I'm thinking about the TikToks you just made a couple of days ago with your nails and your hair done. First of all, if my husband just died, I'm not thinking about getting my nails and hair done. And see, this is why I'm mad, because you tried to insult my intelligence. I saw in there that you made these videos 3 days ago, which is when you told me that you lost your twins. Now everybody knows about TikTok. I don't care if you upload this video today, tomorrow, whatever. It's gonna say when you made this video. It's gonna pop up, oh, 3 days ago this was created. It's not gonna say, oh yeah, right now you no. I don't care if it was a couple weeks ago. You told me that you lost twins and that you also, your husband had gotten into a car accident. So you guys have to understand that we were in this training for about, what was it, guys, about 6 to 8 weeks or something like that. So you have to understand that this was like one of those things where this was an ongoing situation. You're not thinking about, oh, TikTok video showing my nails off. I'm pretty sure you not. I wouldn't be thinking about it. You know what I'm saying? So I'm following the TikTok, and what she's texting me and requesting, and then what she just got done doing is just not making sense. Y'all like, what you think I'm boo boo the fool? Anyway, so she requested money, and I told her I was going through a hard time as well. I ain't got no money for you. I don't have any money for you. But then I thought about it. If she can ask me for money, who is not really that close to her, I'm pretty sure you asking other people for money, right? So I went ahead. I went to one of my homegirls and I asked her, I said, hey, I think this is some bull. Don't send her no money. Me and my homegirl kind of like bumped heads a little bit. Me and my coworker, we kind of bumped heads because she was like, well, how do you know if it's not true? And, again, I'm the bad person. They're like, well, how you know this not true? Like, this could be very well true. And I'm just like, no, it ain't true. Like, look how she acting. Like, I'm putting logic in this right now, right? I'm actually putting logic in it. So had I would have been a person that put emotion in it, I probably would have felt for it. But y'all have to understand, I'm coming from being scammed before. I'm coming from people doing these type of things to me, people getting over on me, people putting me in these trick bags. You feel me? People lying about having kids in high school, people lying about, having abortions and having miscarriage, things that's like real life stuff. You feel me? Things that's like really disgusting, because that's what this is, disgusting. You have to be this desperate and cold hearted to pick fun at people that I know, real people that have lost kids. I know that I've almost lost a best friend for losing a child and losing herself in the process. That I had to be strong for her. So for you to do that was disgusting. So she started requesting all this money from people. People were giving her money, guys. People was giving this lady money and actually sending condolences from to her husband. To find out that he was on Twitch streaming that night, to find out that we found his TikTok. And shout out to the lady that did find his TikTok, because I got blocked. Now, remind you, at this same company, my boyfriend is a supervisor at this company, and I have another cousin who is another big dog at this company. So she knew that I was the wrong person to really be, trying to lie to right now. I was the wrong person because, first of all, you would never be in another training, probably at no job. Remind you that this lady lives in, is it South Carolina or North Carolina, one of them. And it's like one of those things that you're far away from me. I'm in Michigan right now. You're around here scamming people and probably done it around the world multiple times, because these people that I work with are from Texas, Houston, Texas. Shout out to the Houston, Texas. These people are not even nowhere near where I'm at. Some people are in Florida. Some people are in the mountains. It's just crazy how you can do this. So found out that the husband was on TikTok. And yes, I have a whole video of him streaming on TikTok and us asking him about, the situation. Like, we thought you was dead. He's playing Call of Duty. He gonna think he dead anyway. We like, no, not on the game. In real life, fool. And so you should see how he's looking like, oh, he don't know. He put up the middle finger. Don't you know y'all can go to jail for this? Like, do you not understand that this is scamming? Like, because I'm pretty sure you're aware of it too, because he tried to act like he didn't know what was going on. Oh, I use the streaming for my views. I use this for my views. And it's just like, this is disgusting. Like, seriously, like, you're sitting here on Twitch talking about your money and your views and everything, and your wife is over here scamming people out of money. I'm pretty sure you knew about it. Stop playing with me. Then they tried to do a whisper to one of my coworkers. So anybody that plays Twitch, a whisper is like a direct message. They tried to put a whisper to her and saying like, why did she do that? Why is she calling them out? Excuse me? You guys literally just robbed these people for money and making up all these allegations. You're supposed to be dead right now. And what made me so sad is when I end up contacting my trainer about this, like, I really got proof of all of this. She was still thinking about the funeral arrangements for this man. So they played on her too, because she has a family and people, of course, that's sick in her family too. So they played on the fact that they knew that about her. They knew that someone else in our classroom had been going through something. They just played off of the whole. It was a whole entire lie. It was a lie. Now again, I can't say that the twins were a lie, because I didn't, I couldn't tell that physically. But in my eyes, all of it is a lie. Because why would you do that? I'm not sure if your brother is alive. I mean, I see a TikTok that you said that he wasn't alive, but I can't prove that. But what I can prove, that this was a scam and that her husband is alive. Just disgusting, guys. Just, it's really disgusting. And it's so sad that I had to actually put this on a podcast. She told me, oh, I always wanted to be on a podcast. Well, congratulations, boo-boo. You on my podcast. You made it to my podcast, because you're not going to do that to no one else. I'm not going to sit here and bash her, because she could simply really needed help and didn't know how to come to anyone. And that's fine. But making up lies like this is unacceptable, and you're wrong, and that's very low and dirty. And this is not going to be the only platform that you hear this on. I'm definitely going to other platforms and letting them know, like, hey, look out for this lady, because she's crazy. I mean, you're crazy. You're crazy. And so I just really want to tell everybody about this story. Like, I really want to get this across. I'm going to drop all her pages that I have. I'm dropping everything, because there should be no way that you're around here scamming people and just making up these lies and making people feel like so vulnerable for you. And just, people have these hearts and they're really helping people, and you can't find a lot of help nowadays. People are selfish and people will kick you while you down. So for you to find some genuine help out here, like, literally was like the best thing that you could have done. Like, is to just be real with people. It was to be real with people. I just was very hurt. It formed tears in my eyes. I'm not gonna say that I was just out crying, but it did form tears because my coworkers that are very sweet to me, they were down. They were very down and they were like, well, why me? What did I do? I was just having a good heart to help someone, or I just was genuine. I talked to this girl. And it's nothing that you guys did wrong, because I'm sending this to every single one of them. You did not do anything wrong. Whoever, cash after her, if you didn't cash after her, if you just had a heart, which I witnessed everyone having a heart, you did not do anything wrong. So please do not beat yourself up. I'm not cold hearted. Like I told you guys, I'm not cold hearted. I just see the BS. I've been through a lot in my life. Okay? I've been played with people that I thought would never, ever, 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 ever hurt me. I've been played with people that I've had they back through thick and thin, and even thinner than thin, and not blood thin, but blood thick. You feel me? So I understand where this place of emotion is coming from. I get it. You can know someone that lost kids and just want to help them. You see these people out in the corner. I ride past on people. I ain't gonna hold y'all up because you ain't about to get none of my money, so you can go ahead and be in a Lamborghini, Gallardo, however you say them. You not about to do it. You're not about to get over on me because I work very hard for my money. Very freaking hard for my money. And anybody know me know I work hard for my money and always will work hard for my money. And I just feel like karma gonna get her. Y'all don't worry about that. Don't worry about what I got dishing out right now. Just be aware and know that karma gonna handle her, okay? Like I said, she could simply not be aware, just not have no guidance, no knowledge. I think that's really the big problem. Is like a lot of people don't have a lot of guidance in this world. So they just do things. They don't think, they don't talk to nobody. They're embarrassed to talk to people about certain situations. And that's where we shortchange ourselves as society. You can't be embarrassed to let people know, hey, I was almost homeless. I'm not embarrassed to that. It's things that happen. For people that know me, I've been talking about me being very sick, and I still keep going. It doesn't matter because things that is not what defines you. And we're gonna talk about that in my next podcast. We're gonna talk about labels and defining people in society, because this is why people are afraid to come to people, because they come to people and they reach out to people and people don't even believe them, or they feel like, oh, they on some bull, or they just simply don't care. Okay, so we're gonna do better on my platform. We're gonna do better with that. I'm gonna make sure that the people that come to me asking me like, hey, I need this information, I need this knowledge, how do you do this? I'm gonna do my best to dig and research and bring people on here that can help you. Okay, and that's what I want to tell y'all today. So Candasia, my prayers is with you and your family, and I just hope that you get you some help. I have a counselor that actually does wonderful in things like this. Unfortunately, she's not in North Carolina or South Carolina, but you do need to go check in and get some help. Seriously, this is a mental issue and it's very disgusting, and your husband does as well, because he is alive, in fact, and he knew about this. I know he knew about it because I could see how his eyes got really big that almost bucked out his head. Okay, so that is my podcast for today, y'all. I have to get back to work, unfortunately, right now, and I'm gonna have this out pretty soon because the world needs to know has been a very well opportunity for me to you, and thank you so much for seeing my podcast. Like I said, the vision of this podcast, if you want everything, is on YouTube. I'm going to have that on YouTube. Unfortunately, I can't do it on Spotify or Apple Podcasts because they don't not let me do like the vision of everything, give you like a nice good vision. But like I said, visuals will be on YouTube. And thank you so much for tuning in, guys. And I love you guys so much. I support everyone. And just let me know if y'all need something, out there. Tell a friend, tell a family, tell whoever. Thank you so much. Have a good one.
This is what I want y'all to do for me. This is what I want y'all to do for me. This is what I want y'all to do for me. This is what I want y'all to do for me. This is what I want y'all to do for me. This is what I want y'all to do for me. This is what I want y'all to do for me. This is what I want y'all to do for me.
Finally coming to you live, drama queen on the rise, on time. Here we go, step back and let me flow. Count my blessings, that's real. Motivation is skill. Podcast, social media, YouTube. I hope a meal giving everybody cold like I got the chills. Trips across the world, no stress, just to chill. Laid back, feet up, grinding 24 with no sleep. I'm Lady Luscious and I'm here all week. Hey, so tune in, tune in, tune in, tune in, tune in, tune in, tune in with me. So tune in with me. So tune in, tune in, tune in, tune in, tune in.